Hello, this is Japan. And we have kind of like a, I don't know, updated tier list to the titles. And we've got actually a few titles that have changed in the last like couple months since I've done this. So I thought it would be nice to do it. This is all the AEW championship, at least like the main ones in the WWE championships, plus the NXT stuff. So let's just jump right into it and we'll go right into rating these. I try to rate these as even as possible, so some of them might be lower or higher just because I try to keep these even. That's just kind of how I like to do it here. It makes it a little bit more difficult sometimes. And let's just jump into it. So first off, we have the Continental Championship in AEW. I don't like this belt at all. I think it's mid. I don't think it's the worst thing, but the like crown in it, and it just kind of feels like a cheapy belt compared to a lot of the other AEW belts. I think are a lot better. It's just not. I'm not a big fan of it. Next up, we have the International Championship match, champion belt. I think this one's a lot better done. It's still not like my favorite, but I do like the plating. I think the plating that AEW has on a lot of their championships are a lot better than some other type of championships. So I think this one works pretty decent. I'll put it in pretty good. Nothing too insane. Next up is the tag team belts. Honestly, I'm gonna move the Continental belt down to the bottom. Thinking more and more about it, I think it should be there. And I think the tag belts are kind of mid. They have definitely like a design that is a little bit better than I think some of the other tag belts that are in other divisions, but I'm not a big fan of them. They just kind of seem clunky and ugly looking. I think it's just my personal opinion on some of them. The TBS championship, it looks god awful. I just never get it. I never liked that mid card belt. I didn't like the TNT one. The one now that Jack Perry has is better, but I don't like this at all. And speaking of the Jack Perry TNT title, I think is a little bit better. They tried to do the blackout design with a little bit of red and stuff. I personally think it's better. It's still not the best. I put that in mid. I hate to put them all down there. World's Trios title, I think they look pretty much identical to the tag team titles. Don't know why. I know the ones that the Acclaim used that were like pink. I think those were really cool. I would put that way higher up here if that was here, but yeah, just being kind of standard. Put them in the mid category. Then we got the AEW Women's Championship, I think is. I like this, like the five plates or whatever. It's kind of similar to like the Lucha Underground one. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna put it in pretty good. I don't know if I'd put it up higher. I kind of want to go on some of the titles. And then we got the AEW Men's title. It's kind of gaudy, but like in a good way. So I'm gonna put it in pretty good. As you can see, I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the AEW championships. We'll see how they stack with the WWE ones. We might move some stuff around, but yeah, overall, just not a huge fan of the titles that they have all the time. Next up is the new NXT Championship. I honestly like not hate it, but it does feel like just kind of commercial to a certain extent. I like the big X that they had way back in the day. That's always been my favorite. This one's okay. I don't think I'd ever buy it or anything. I just kind of put it in the middle. I don't think it's the worst thing. Next up is the North American title. I think this one's like traditionally kind of just a kind of cool one because of like the leather and stuff. I like the brown leather in it. Overall, I think it's a pretty solid championship. I think I'll move the women's title up to so good, and I'll move this into pretty good. Try to keep it a little bit even on everything. I think we can also probably, just because it's in white, it's not much of a difference, I'll put the women's championship. I do like that they changed it back to red. They changed it enough that they look similar, but they also look decently different, so you can tell the difference. So both put them both pretty good. The NXT tag team titles. I feel like the next time this changes, they're gonna switch it to more design like this. I personally think it's okay. I'll put it in mid. I feel like my mid category is getting too big, especially because I'm gonna put the women's NXT title in there. So we're gonna have to move some stuff around at some point. Next up, we have the WWE Championship. I do like the gold. I wasn't really completely sold on it right away, but I think eventually got better and better the more I see it. I'll put it in so good. I still prefer the red and blue titles from the old days of like the SmackDown and Raw type stuff. I prefer that, but I do like that this is still pretty solid. It kind of has the heritage of those type of titles, and then the heavyweight title is just so different, but cool. So next we go up the heavyweight, women's and men's. It is my favorite title. I just love it. I want to buy a title. I'm gonna like this is really stupid, but I'm gonna start try to go to a blood donation place. They give you like $100 every 2 weeks. I'm going to put that money aside and get a title after like 2 months or whatever, because I don't feel like I should spend my actual like hard-earned money because I got bills and all this stuff to pay, and all my Twitch money goes into more games and Twitch stuff. So like I have everything delegated to not having that extra money, and that is the only money out of thin air that I can create, and that's what I want to do. I want to get a title, and I really want to get the heavyweight title. I think I'm sold on it. But the problem was they did this IC title, and now I've been kind of conflicted because I like the IC title. I always liked the white IC title the best. And then when they got into the new one that Gunther had for the longest time, I was like, this is solid. I like it. It's a good, dependable title. They add that little bit of blue, and just giving it to Jay has made this title perfect to me, and I would love to have that title. So I've been kind of conflicted. I still think I'm going to get the heavyweight title no matter what, but man, that IC title looks pretty good. Next up is the Speed Championships. I honestly don't like the Speed Championships at all. They just kind of look weird. They fit what they fit, but I put them at the bottom. Next up, we have the tag team titles. Last time I did this video is right when the tag team titles came out, after I just talked about the other ones and not liking them. I don't like these ones. People always like these ones more. I don't. I think they're slightly better, worse than the AEW ones, but not by much. Next up, we have the U.S. title. I'm not a big fan of the U.S. title either. Let's see if we can move some stuff around. I'd probably move this up a little bit. I'd probably move this up a little bit. Put that up there a little bit. And I will put this one in the mid category. Just not a huge fan. And I think that's fine. Next up, we have the women's title. I think you put it next to the men's. The white does make it look a lot better. I don't know why, but it does. And it's easy to put it there. Tag team titles for the women are god awful. They need a redesign. And then the men's ones, it looks like the heavyweight title, so I think I'm a little biased, but I put it in perfect. And that's what I think. And tell me what you guys agree or disagree on. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.